honest, diligent and hardworking, patient and respectful. Let them know that wealth gathered in haste diminishes, but he that gathers by labor will increase. Point number 10, we are running up. I call this one, bring peace back to Nigeria, build the nation. Nation building is a process we can begin right away by running an all-inclusive government which encompasses all tribes, races, ethnic nationalities, religion, men and women, with which all our citizens can identify. This way, citizens will be enabled to undertake the collective action that is vital for the provision of public goods and the defense of the land. The report of the 2014 National Conference will be a good resource material in undertaking this venture. There is no doubt that the task is huge and cannot be accomplished independently of team and the ultimate enabler, God. This is the reason we need to pray. So we are going to pray now. You will say after me, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. All right? Now, where there is hatred, let me show love. Where there is injury, let me bring healing. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. I thank you for your attention. I wish you every possible success as you team up with others in pursuit of world peace and security. May the Lord bless you.
Another round of applause for Thank you, sir. You're a politician, and you should take this to them, because sometimes we have been having what they call white paper, we have been having what they call report on this, report on that, report on that. The government just pack them. And that government we call it just pack them. They don't look into them. And like I said yesterday, the nation is bleeding. And we don't have good surgeons, politicals, a politician, surgeon to lead and stitch the nation. If care is not taken, like I still emphasize, the nation will bleed to death. Yes, I don't want to pretend. Thank you, sir, for hitting the nail, the hammer on the wall. We appreciate you. And we present focus. Any preacher that come close to you, I have stopped praising them. I will tell you some, if I have opportunity, I tell you things that are wrong. I will leave the ones. They say, oh, tell them the one they have done well. Did we not send you there to go and do well? We didn't send you to well. That you provided the electricity. I shouldn't clap for you. How well we send you there? I shouldn't clap. If you don't want to provide, go and see that. Let another thing go. Why should the government make I work on this? Why are you there? We didn't send you there. It's not by merit. Or in fact, go there, just sit down. And no, you are going here to do something. If you cannot do it well, come down. So Nigeria will be better after now. I think you amen. So we are moving ahead. The second speaker for the day is a woman, and because of time factor, we will do everything very snappy. I would like us to be hitting. Engineer Gobi was given a lot of time, but he managed it because time is no more friendly. I only thank all of you once again. You are here. I invite Dr. Taylor to come up for her
permit me to stand on already established protocol. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, sirs. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, distinguished ambassadors. I'm Dr. Utenga Okidono. I'm here to give us a little enlightenment on what we might have known or what we don't know about mental health awareness. Mental health awareness. I wish we had the slide. We would have appreciated this lecture more. But since there is no slide, I will be doing the talking and I'm going to be brief. I would have shown us a representation. I don't know if we can see it. This is a representation. And when we see this, what comes to our mind? These three graphic representation of the head. The first one is somebody, a lady, hand on her head, like she's worried. The other one, so many things on the head, and the other one has to do with the brain. What comes to our mind when we see this? Most times we think mental health challenge is all about madness. It's actually not. Everybody has inherent in us mental health issues without us knowing. And this lecture is to enlighten us on how to know if we actually have any mental health challenge before it deteriorates to depression, which of course is so rampant today. The objective of mental health awareness is to educate the people about mental illness, the causes and the process through which they can deal with it. Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of our lives, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. Over the course of your life, let me stop there. Now, we're talking about mental health. What do we need to know about mental health? Mental health has to do with your total well-being, your social well-being, your emotional well-being, and your psychological well-being. It makes you a complete person. However, at one point in time in our lives, one of these aspects of our lives is being affected because of what? Life pressures, life challenges, life crises, which are inevitable. These are things we must encounter in life. God has made it so. We cannot change it. So we must deal with it. But before we can deal with it, we must be able to identify what are these life challenges. There are times we might have mental health challenges we might not know. And before it degenerates into depression, we hear a lot of cases of depression these days because of what? Our economic what? Meltdown. Our economic crisis. Economic crisis, family crisis, of course the economic crisis leads to family crisis and all of that. Because when there is no money to put on the table, the wife is not happy, the kids are not happy, friends are not happy, neighbors are not happy, and you are not happy about yourself. So how do you tackle all of this? How do you know if you have a mental health challenge? Over the course of our lives, if we experience mental health problems, our thinking, mood, and behavior could be affected, and many factors could contribute. There are so many factors apart from the ones I have mentioned that could contribute to our mental health challenge. Number one is biological factors, which is as a result of genetic traits in us. The other one is life experiences, such as trauma and some bad and negative experiences we have had in the past. Then family history of mental health problems. Family, then when we talk about the biological factors, there are some hormones. I'm not a medical doctor anyway, but I know when some hormones in your system are not right, it might not be your fault, you understand? It might be as a result of some deformities. It affects the way you think, it affects the way you react, it affects the way you talk, it affects the way you perceive things. You know, there are some biological factors, deformities, that make people behave the way they become so erratic. They become so angry unnecessarily because they have some biological deformities. Then life experiences, which is very common with us. our mental health, affects the way we relate to people, we begin to change. There is no crime in it, okay? As adults, there are some attitudes we have formed over time as a result of our experiences. Maybe we are from a family where we have never been shown love. You grew up to know that there is nothing like love, there is nothing like affection, and you see love and affection as being strange, and you begin to behave very, very, harsh to your spouse, either your wife or your husband, to your friends, and you see it as a normal thing. But at the end of the day, it's going to affect your mental health because you'll be so worried. Another issue also is forgiveness. Some of us, we didn't grow up with forgiveness. Forgiveness heals faster than drugs. Even forgiveness heals to start with praying. Of course, when you forgive, God answers your prayers easily. So some of us, we are so, I used to be like that. Like, it's not like I don't forgive anyway, but I used to pick on little things. Anybody She said she wants to experience suffering, that she doesn't know what hunger looks like. She doesn't know what begging. She wants to suffer. His daddy will not allow her to suffer. Does it not sound strange? Somebody that is enjoying, she says she has never suffered all her life. And if I had this understanding then, I would have been able to talk to her, but I didn't. So we were just laughing. So we told her, give us your money. Then you beg from us. We just took it as a joke. Well, I don't know where she is now, but that was then. So many people have these mental issues, not because they are poor, mental health. Then positive mental health allows people to do what? Realize their full potential. This is not hyping, this is not motivational talk, this is reality. When you are emotionally, psychologically, and socially stable and balanced, my dear, there is nothing you cannot achieve. There is nothing. That man that has achieved it has got 2 heads. He has no super brain. I have a colleague that told me, he said, Doctor, do you know what? People think I have a super brain. I don't have super brain, no. When this guy gave me the tricks he used in writing Stomos, Esivia, that day I salute you, big brother. Our daddy there, the immediate past vice chancellor, he's here with us. Professor Peretomode, he's here with us. He encouraged us, he motivated us on how to write the IAWPA journal. This guy came to me, was trying to write. I said, oh, well, come on, how you dey do am? He said, I'm not a superhuman.
while the lecture of Dr. Tega was going on, the international spokesperson and the wife and his entourage, I think they came with plenty entourage, and his entourage entered the hall in the person of Dr. Chief Ambassador Emmanuel Mbeke. He's here. Let's let them see you. I think the wife is somewhere, sitting somewhere. Can I locate her? Wow, see her there. Very wonderful. God bless you, ma. You are highly welcome. Thank you so much. Dr. Mbeke will be coming to do what you know how to do best when the time comes. But for now, let me get the question. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would want to first and foremost appreciate the students, but I would ask you regarding the press. When we talk about peace, we talk about conflict resolution. A lot of the times we talk about every other thing apart from justice. I think that, or let me not answer the question, let me just ask this. What is the place of justice in peace building and conflict resolution? Because I see a lot of injustice around. We talk about education, we talk about moderation and a lot of things. But most of the time we don't talk about justice. Injustice breeds agitation, anger, and conflict. What is the place of justice in peace building and conflict resolution? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I believe you were in the class yesterday, right? You were not in the class yesterday? No wonder. And so what will happen, I will do the one I can. So what will happen, make sure you get yesterday's teachings and the lectures so that you can go through. We have said as an arbitrator or an arbiter, whatever you are doing, you must be fair and you must be just in whatever you are doing. You go into that position with a clean mind. You are not allied to any person, no matter how close that person is to you. In fact, the term was used that you should not go there with emotion. You should be detached so that you can hear the parties. Depending on the kind of case, apply the appropriate method so that you can have, at the end of the day, a win-win solution. Well, on my paper today, we said law lives in a house that is secured by justice, fairness, and equity. So if you don't have any of them, there's bound to be conflict, and then you have problem. I'm sure you will get the paper at the end of the day. All of them are intertwined. Without one, the other one cannot hold properly. Thank you very much.
Like what you said, if you listen to SDG 16, I think our lecturer engineer Gobi was mentioning outlining the 17 goals. And we are repeating, till we come to 16. And at the end of 16, they left it and they said the last one, we repeat it. I said that one is for all of us, partnership. I think I listened to you. Okay, listen to that lecture. Okay, my dear. Yesterday I was the first speaker and I emphasized on it. And I told you and I told everybody that whether there is no justice, peace will not reign. And I talked about the injustice. And that is what goal 16 says. Justice is a strong institution. So it is emphasized on the goal. And we know that, like I said, let us not pretend that if I use Nigeria, it's not go far, that this nation may not be if we continue practicing injustice. We may be fighting with one Nigeria. If time continue like this, we need a leader. That's why I said here too, that the nation is bleeding. We need a political structure who will come and stitch the nation and save the nation. And let's keep saying it and let's emphasize, even in the family, where there is injustice, you are breeding war. You are breeding crisis. When you favor one child to the other, then get ready for war. And it is also practiced in the scriptures, the war between Esau and Jacob, and also in other places. So we are emphasizing that if peace is to reign, there must be war, justice, and equity. Where you neglect them, peace cannot reign. And that's what the presiding say. We are still saying it. Now we are talking about peace. Peace is inclusive. Very, very inclusive.
Hello. I think this is right.
And that is why we have been saying that if our politicians want to build this nation, they must make sure that every part of Nigeria, every part there is no injustice, our wealth is equitably distributed as a auto. And also we must make sure that while the government is practicing justice, that the citizens also have their own rights, their own duties, their own responsibilities towards the government. We are not emphasizing only the government, we also emphasize that citizens have their duty and responsibility towards projects, policies, and the rest. So it is not one-sided thing, sir. It is coming both from the leader and the left. So that's
Thank you very much, sir.
assist. Okay? So it will be two of you who agree to go for alternative dispute resolution.
So there's no way to talk. Can subject. Now, go there.
No, you are using his right. You can't do that. You can't subject that person to it. Two of you must agree. What the court will do, if you listen to the lecture yesterday, is that they may have a kind of trying to see whether they can convince you. Because if it's not convinced, it cannot go. They will try to see whether they can convince you. They will call him separately, talk to him, say, can't you do this? What do you want at last? What do you want to achieve? So maybe since this will come out to you, then you will accept to do that. Okay?
Yes. Let me go.
Contribution? Contribution to that? Okay. Let's look at that.
For instance, if you have a contract, and the contract is listed there that, in case this contract fails, you are not going to court, you are going to India. In that case, you can compare your second person to come to India. Thank you, sir.
Yes, that's a clearer issue. If it's stated, yes, contribution?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir.
So to be on the safer side, you can include it in your agreement.
In case you want to.
Good afternoon. In addition to what my learned seniorship and said, another thing again that you need to do, that is where your expertise come to play. How to talk to the person, convince the person. So those basic skills that you are.
For instance, the man is depressed and when you attempt to take his life, the family notices it, took the young man to church, pray, but all this effort will not assist the man. At what point can we rescue this man?
Thank you very much, sir. This question is a very sensitive one, and I must be very, very practical and sincere in answering you. Now, there are professionals that deal with different issues of mental health or mental health disorders, you understand? Like the one that has to do with a brain issue, you meet a psychotherapist, okay? There are specialized people, like those in psychology, we have a clinical psychologist. There are people, then this one that has to do with emotional trauma, because there is a kind of a trauma, the loss of a dear person, somebody that is close to you. But for immediate, a kind of immediate, we call it first aid or palliative measure, you could contact the nearest person. That is why I said when I was talking that we have an association, African Project Against Suicide. At the end of the day, I'm going to give us the link. We put it there so that you can Google it, and then the contact person, I will drop my number and I can link you up to professionals and people who could learn. They send you messages and all of that. In case like that, immediate, like first aid help needs to be given to that person. But whoever that is giving it also is very, very important. Some people come in and they don't know how to approach a person. I beg, people there, why don't die? Are you the first person? Take it right, man, be a man. No, this is not issue of being a man. Men do cry. If he wants to cry, leave him to cry. Don't let him bottle up the tears. Okay? Most of us, we are good at saying, oh, don't worry. It is well. God is in control. God has always been in control. Even when people die, God is in control as well. So let the man cry. Let him say, don't give him that opportunity. This is to every one of us. When somebody is bereaved or somebody is down and the person wants to cry, whether man or woman, we have emotions. Let them cry. It's a professional and it's going to be a process. If anybody comes and tell you that somebody that is bereaved, the next is going to be jumping around, it's a lie. Because a vacuum has been created, a scar has been, a scar is already there that needs to be healed over time. You understand? A wound has been there that needs to be healed over time. So please, let's be sensitive when it comes to that. This association, I'm not trying to, we are working together with APAS. I even told the Ambassador Iman, I have not told that in full. You understand? These are things we need to work with. No man is an island. Let us learn. Let us protect our mental health. Somebody that is dead, you die will not bring back the person. You must live for others. If not for yourself, live for others. Thank you, sir.
You see, and like I said, here we are being very frank. There's no need of covering the wound. I attended a burial of a very senior pastor that died, has a lot of grandchildren. At the grave, by the church side, as we are burying this bishop, the grandchildren through the window were snapping the grave and the coffin. And they were snapping, they were crying. And they were snapping and they were crying. So the other man had gone with me. All the children, shut up! I said, for what? I didn't wait. I said, for what? They lost their grandfather. And that thing that is the last thing they will do for them. And tears were flowing from the, all of them just were flowing from their eyes. I just said, children should keep quiet. If you are not paying for this one, allow them to cry. It is there every pastor queue up and keep quiet. You know, sometimes we don't heal people. We don't help people recover from their trauma. Like she said, we use harsh words. Those harsh words we pretend. But when we go in, we bear our own. So we should allow people, if somebody is grieved, we should allow, yes, let him express himself, express himself. What do you do? Come closer, use softer words. Talk to him. Even if he's crying, wipe away the tears. Keep on doing that. With time, the injury, the wound will subside and will heal in a natural process. So that's exactly what she said. And I think that should be the right thing to do in most cases. That jumping trying to make you look superhuman. Don't make us look what? Superhuman. Flesh and blood, we are. Blood is still running in our veins. So you try to, that's why peace advocates are different from others. You go to the person, even the way you hold his hand, the way you talk to him. Even sometimes you be like Jesus. He saw people crying, and he said, Bible said Jesus wept. I don't know how long that weeping go. But it's simple summary. Said Jesus did what? Wept. So he saw people crying. If not that people were crying, he wouldn't cry. So that you want to help the person cry a little and then console him. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Another question.
Another question.
Okay.
Sorry, small contribution. Just a small contribution to his question. His case, like he had just explained, is a very pathetic one and critical too, because he said the person was even taken to the church. Prayers were made, pastors were involved, and all that, and yet the person is still thinking of dying. I would also want to add, in every time of pain, deep pain of any man, that man leads another man higher. It may not just be his pastor, is familiar to somebody higher in rank he respects very well. It could be his boss in the office. It could be some people who are close to him but highly respected. Such a man at that point should be connected to such people he highly valued, who he knows that when they talk to him, he will listen. When they connect him to such people at that critical time, God helping is bound to listen. There are people who are so familiar to their pastor, they feel that this is church thing, pastor, they always come and tell you, they don't do and just pray. But taking it out of church and something secular is now being involved, and people that you respect, it will help a great deal at such times. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you. That's our position in such cases. Every peace advocate, this is your position. If such a thing happens, go closer to the person. talk to him gently, until his spirit comes down. Thank you so much. That's the advice from another counselor. Okay, another question. If there is none, we proceed to another thing. Questions that were coming up from yesterday. Okay. Yes, sir. After this, I'll ask you for one.
Thank you so much. I'm Ambassador Chief of the delivery. My question is based on yesterday's talk on ADR. We're talking about settlement outside courts in some issues. So I want to find out, must the ADR, if you want to use the ADR method, must it start with litigation? Besides litigation, if the matter has not gone to court, and we have, let's say, a land dispute, for instance, and in your own wisdom, you felt there is need to settle this issue without going to court. So we also wait till when an issue goes to court before you resolve the ADR settlement.
Thank you, sir. You just came in now. That question has been answered before.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And we said, that, no, you're not sorry. You didn't hear the answer. So we said, like what you said, you don't have to wait. As long as two of you will agree to settle, that's okay.
Yes. Thanks, sir.
Let me just get from feedback from 3 people who will use a minute to tell us what he has gained in this conference as international eminent peace ambassador. International eminent peace ambassador. Let me hear from 3 people what you have gained from this conference since yesterday now, so that we know we are not wasting resources, wasting time. We know that somebody is being blessed, higher skills have been developed, intelligence have been developed, and the nation is going to prosper more from our knowledge through this conference. Can I get number 1? Number 2? Wait, wow. Any woman, okay. You raise it. Okay, let me read it for. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, my fellow ambassador. All protocol duly observed. As part of my rely on existing protocol, my name is Ambassador Joshua Owen. I'm a legal practitioner and also a chief. I want to commend the organizer of this conference because ignorance will make you fail. But knowledge is power. I personally, from my own point of view, I actually enjoyed and gained a lot immensely in the lectures. For instance, in the one of yesterday, the one that dwelled on conflict resolution, on using arbitrators. If you go outside here for that course, if you take it close to between 500 to over 1 million to acquire that knowledge. But I want to tell those of us that came yesterday that was a full course that for life you will use to your advantage. If at all you just want to attend the course, it's just like a refresher to you, because all the things embedded in that course, you have gotten it. Then secondly, in conferences like this, it's an opportunity for you to hear a lot of solutions. Perhaps you are one person that is passing through one issue in life. When you go to conferences like this, you will see that issue being addressed. So I want to commend the people that are behind this conference. It's a conference that I have gained, and I know many of us have gained immensely. Thank you.
Okay, number 2, sir.
My name is Ambassador Joseph Sunday Ogba. Like the first speaker, I want to commend the organizers. They have done very, very well. And I really enjoyed myself. First of all, coming here, I've learned that to be a good ambassador, which we are now, you need to be very intelligent. You need to be very knowledgeable. You need to be very patient. Those characters that will make you a good ambassador, you must own them. Because what you don't have, you cannot give it up. So to be a good ambassador, you must have those characteristics that will make people to respect you, listen to you, buy your idea, and so on and so forth. And this thing, they must show in your way of life. If you are some person you make trouble here and there, you cannot be a good ambassador. Because people will be watching you. It's like when you say you are a Christian, I am not behaving like a Christian. When you preach, nobody will want to buy your idea. In the environment you live in, when you say bad things and you don't behave well, you cannot forbid them to join you for your church. Having said that, I have learned a lot by this area. See, I live on property, and in most cases we do go to court from time to time. But from here I've learned a lot about this area, that you can save a lot of money instead of going to the court. Except those very cows that you cannot handle only through the area. So I think we have planned very well. I have planned very well. And I pray that any other conference that will come in here, I will still try to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's great. My learned friends here, I'm not going to offend them. The criminal laws are still there. Whenever somebody commit that one, we will come to you. But these simple ones, allow us to handle them. With due respect. And all the learned friends here, please, what we have learned is great. We save time, save money, and then we save stress, emotional stress that comes with going to court, settling your lawyer, and this and that. And embarrassment and abuse, if you know what they say, content of what? So, in that place, there is no content of God. Even if there's first anger, there is no content of God. But if you do it there, you are in trouble. Thank you, sir. The purpose. My people from Bayelsa, this Bayelsa people today, if I have an award, I will give it to them. Bayelsa people impressed me and impressed us. By the manner with which they were the first to arrive at the venue, and they have been here listening and acquiring the greater skills and knowledge. And because of consideration, they may give very much. But I want to announce to you that on 16th of November, so people can establish something. We are coming to Bayelsa to celebrate the International Day of Tolerance. The spokesman says that one of the reasons we chose Bayelsa is that we considered what our former president, Goodluck Jonathan did, and actually that guy need to be commended. That guy need to be commended. He's a leader. He's a leader. If they allowed him second time, I'm telling you, Nigeria wouldn't be where it is. We say it, go ahead. The day that line is democracy. If you have a number, the bad one will go, the good one will go, the bad one will come. Once you have a number, that's the end of democracy. I'm telling you, once you have a number, a bad person can be elected. Go ahead. So we have the brain, sometimes we pray about studies. So number. So that we will do that recognition of the work of our former president. So we are coming to that. Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you. Okay, let me go to the top person.
Standing on the radio system protocol, I'm still Ambassador Chidlong. I want to commend the organizers actually, and also to come up with some of the experiences One, I have been made to understand that it is an appointment and not just an award. I think the role has been defined because we're thinking maybe it's an award, but now I've been made to understand that it's an appointment. I have a duty to perform. And I also have learned that, it's a service to mankind. It's a service, actually. It's not just what you are going to benefit. So once you have the mindset that it's not about me, but it's about what I can do for the people. And another thing is that in respect of conflict resolution now, I cannot say I'm very much abreast of what it takes to manage crisis, and I can consider myself as a reservoir of knowledge in conflict resolution temples.
Let's give him a round of applause. It was a very great one. I learned that it's not necessarily an award, it's appointment, it's a responsibility and a duty. And you are vowed to use all your learned here to benefit mankind. So before the last speaker, Prof, I'll give you time. You must say something. I know. Yes. After I'll give you time. Okay. Excuse me. Hold.
These are our representative from ISSA. Please come forward here, please. Very important. Yes. This is Ambassador Ere, architect working with the ISSA Ministry of Power, Education, Science and Tech. He is the coordinator, the director of our organization in Bayelsa State. And we also have his good friends here, this Ambassador Dr. Archbishop, the Bishop, the Bishop of Bayelsa State. This is Ambassador Oyibo, the man who is a black man with the money in Bayelsa State. This is Ambassador Charles Dogo, In fact, he was one time an ex-aide to the Bayelsa State governor of XCG. And during his tenure, we also had a program in IAWPA. Unlike what Prof have said, on 16th of November, we want to host for the first time in Nigeria the United Nations International Tolerance Day. It has never happened. We want to expound virtue of our past president, Jonathan, and let them know that he's the foundation of democracy we're happy to do. So I've opened up the telephone conversation with him and XA, remaining to communicate the office of the Barry and other stakeholders. 16, everybody is expected to be by 16. We are going to talk about the virtue of tolerance. Very, very important. So can you have a snap picture before you have virtue, please?
Come this way.
Photographer, make a good comment on this. These are representatives from my